Happy Thanksgiving to all my Canadian friends out there. I'm here today to do my, the Thanksgiving book tag. The prompts were originally done by Becca and Erica at FanGirlsCity. There are 10 prompts here. I will try to get through them quickly. But this was just a super fun idea, and I'm really excited to do the prompts they have. The first one is Bread. What book is purely fluff and has no real plot line? For me, I'd actually go with, this is going to be a strange pick, Minecraft The Island by Max Brooks. The entire book is from the perspective of a player character in Minecraft, except he doesn't understand he's in a game, and he's just very frustrated with what's going on, and it's just a roller coaster ride of emotions, but nothing happens. The book is literally about the base is basically about what it would be like if you were the character model and not the person with the mouse and keyboard. Question 2 is Turkey. What book made you want to fall asleep? I haven't had a lot of really bad books for that this year, but the one I thought of was Brood by Jackie Polson. It was like a fictionalization of somebody owning chickens in a city, and it was very bizarre. I didn't always follow what was going on, and it was just making me very tired at work, which is somewhere I'm not actually allowed to fall asleep. Prompt 3 is Gravy. What book makes the whole series worth reading? I'm sort of cheating with this one. I think the Wayward Children series is worth reading, but only because of books 2 and 4. Down Among the Sticks and Bones was amazing, and I loved it. I loved the twin girls that you follow, Jack and Jill, and just their characters, and the development in the world was very strange and interesting. And the other one I liked was In an Absent Dream. Both are written by Shanann McGuire. Both were really awesome takes on the struggle of reality versus staying in the fantasy world that is so built for them. I love it, but I also know it's not for everyone. But if you're going to read it, I definitely think those two are the books that are going to sell you guys on it. Prompt 4, Stuffing. What book is stuffed full of action scenes? I went with Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. It is a science fiction thriller, and there's lots of science involved, but there's lots of action scenes, there's a lot going on, it's just a wild ride. Prompt 5, Mashed Potatoes. What book looked good, but then wasn't? I'm gonna go with Bloodline by Carey. It's a very simplistic cover. It was just black with a red bat on it. And the concept was even interesting. During World War I, they're kind of dealing with continuing Dracula's bloodline. And the setup was really there for me to like it, and it kind of fell flat. And I felt like I was getting too hyped over the story just because of the cover. Prompt 6, Cranberries. What book has the sweetest romance? I'm gonna go with one I read recently, actually. It's called The Switch by Beth O'Leary. This granddaughter and grandmother switch lives for a little bit to deal with things going on. The grandmother wants to try to find love again. She was married to a cantankerous bastard who was emotionally and mentally abusive and manipulative, and holy shit, I can't, oh. Anyways, and the granddaughter's boyfriend fiance just broke up with, or cheated on her. And so to get away from their problems and for the grandma to get out of the small town to find love, they switch places. It's very cute, very sweet. It was very fluffy and heartwarming. It was definitely a good kind of end of summer read for me. And I super recommend it. It's cute, it's light, it's romantic. Prompt 7 is Corn. What is the corniest book you've ever read? I had a hard time with this one because sometimes the corniness works for me, other times it doesn't. I ended up going with Star Daughter by Shweta Thakrar. And the reason I feel like it's corny is because it felt like it does every single YA romance trope to the point where there were so many times where I was just rolling my eyes in like a mixture of disgust and humor. And the story itself was all right. It was really interesting getting to understand that, like, the culture and the lore surrounding what was going on, but the characters themselves, the main character and her love interest, were just so eye-rolly. 8 is green beans. What book is too long and needs to be shortened? The one that does it, that exemplifies this the best for me, is To Sleep Beneath a Sea of Stars, or To Sleep in a Sea of Stars by Christopher Paolini. It did not need to be like 800 pages. The pacing was all over the place. There were a bunch of places where if you just cut it out, the pacing would have been more consistent, it would have been shorter, more to the point, way more enjoyable. Prompt 9 is Pumpkin Pie. What book do you read to get out of a reading slump? I used to read Ender's Game to get out of a reading slump, just like the first book in the series. I still like to pick it up. It really does just hit the spot for me. However, I've discovered a new series, and that is the Murderbot series. I'm not all the way through it yet, but whenever I feel like a reading slump coming on, I look to see what novella is available. Sometimes it's All Systems Red, sometimes it's Rogue Protocol, sometimes usually it's just the first two. But to me, it's so worth just re-listening to. They're sarcastic, like the main character is sarcastic. They're this rogue sect unit who's like looking for their freedom because all they want to do is avoid humans, find answers, and watch soap operas. And it does such a good job pulling me out. Like I said, there's just enough humor, just enough action, and they're short and sweet as being novellas, so they're really easy to digest. Like, I highly recommend them. But that's my more recent slump aversion technique. And then the final one is prompt 10, cat/dog. What's your favorite Thanksgiving food that you would steal from the table? I think I'm supposed to pick a dog or a cat, and I don't really have a favorite because I'm allergic to both of them. So I try to avoid them equally. But my answer for this is specifically a family, like something very specific to my family. It's called Ham Helper. And, or the other thing I like is hot mustard, which is from my husband's family. Ham Helper is basically like, this will sound so gross, mustard jello. And it sounds nasty. I get it. I didn't eat it for years because I didn't like mustard. But it's just like a good mix of like tangy and sweet, and it goes really well on overcooked ham, which my grandma does. And my husband's family does hot mustard, which is basically like mustard with extra mustard powder and cayenne pepper in it, and chef's kiss. My eyes have been opened. Those are my two favorites that I would steal from a Thanksgiving table, provided you're giving me ham to put it on. And with that, I will leave you guys here. Again, the original prompt was from Fan City Girls. Check out their channel. I'll include a link for the video I got these prompts from below. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.